Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how Object Import works in Omega. To access the Object Imports app, click the Tasks drop-down menu and select Objects Import. When creating a new import, you must provide a configuration name and select the org unit that the imported data belongs to. The selected org unit must belong to a domain, as the domain defines the uniqueness of objects in Omega 365. The Object Import screen allows users to manage import configurations and upload new versions of object data. The page is divided into two main areas. The left panel displays all available import configurations for the current context. Each configuration appears as a named node in the list. This panel helps the user quickly navigate between different configurations and their version histories. When selecting the main configuration node, not an individual version, the right side of the screen displays a list of all import versions created for the selected configuration. It also displays information for each version, including commit timestamp, which means when the import was executed, who it was created by, which is the user who performed the import. It also gives options to open a version to review the import details. You can create a new version, allowing you to upload a new import file based on the same configuration. This view provides a complete history of imports for the configuration and makes it easy to maintain and update object data over time. After creating an import configuration, the next step is to upload the Excel file that will form the basis of the import process. Each configuration can contain multiple versions, and every version begins by selecting a file. Click Select File and upload it from your files. Once you have added your file, you choose the date format you used in your document. Select which sheet in the file you want to import, and select the header and data rows which are used in the file, so Omega will read it correctly. Once the file and layout information are set, you can continue to the field mapping step, where you map Excel columns to system fields and add fixed values, such as object type or plant. Click Continue Import. After selecting the file and defining the worksheet layout, the next step is to map the columns in your Excel file to the corresponding system fields in Omega 365. This ensures that each value is imported correctly into the object register. Before entering the mapping screen, you can preview the contents of the Excel file to verify that the system has detected the correct rows, headers, and data. Omega 365 attempts to automatically match columns from the Excel file to system fields based on similarity in naming. Detected matches are pre-filled in the friendly name column. If one or more columns are not automatically matched, you can manually map them by selecting the correct system field from the drop-down in the friendly name column. Each field can be assigned one of the following mapping types. Table column, mapped directly to a field in the main object table. Property, a field mapped to an object property configured in Omega, for example, voltage or cable length. Fixed value, a static value applied to all rows, defined in the Fixed Values panel. The right-hand panel allows you to define fields that should be assigned a constant value for all imported objects. This is useful for information that is not present in the Excel file, but should be included in the imported objects. Typical use cases for fixed values are setting object type for simple imports with a uniform type, assigning plant, source, or unit of measure, adding constant classifications or tags. You may add as many fixed values as needed. To proceed with the import, the following fields are mandatory: name and object type. These two fields are part of the unique object key in Omega 365. If these are not filled in, Omega will not let you proceed. After completing all mappings, review each mapped field to ensure accuracy. Confirm that mandatory fields are provided. Verify that any properties and fixed values are correct and intentional. When the mapping is complete, Click Continue Import to proceed to the validation stage. In the data validation step, the system verifies the imported data against the Omega 365 database. This process ensures that all required fields, codes, and object types are valid before you proceed with the import. When validation completes successfully, a message confirms that no errors were detected. If any issues are found, such as unknown object types, missing required values, invalid codes, or inconsistent mappings, they will be listed here, and you must correct them before continuing. You will see one option called Check for Missing Objects in Previous Version. This option compares the objects in the current import version with those from the previous version of the same configuration. If an object existed in a previous version but is not included in the new import file, it can be flagged as deleted. Clicking Mark as Deleted will mark these objects with a deleted status in the next step. This is useful for keeping the object register synchronized with data from external systems. Below is a button called Check for Objects in Other Import Configurations. This option checks whether any of the objects in the current import also appear in other import configurations. If the same object has been imported in multiple configurations, the data may conflict. Clicking Check for Conflicting Imports helps identify potential inconsistencies before finalizing the import. This ensures that objects are not unintentionally overwritten or duplicated across different configurations. If no errors are found and the validation is successful, click Continue Import to proceed to the review and commit stage. Before the imported data is committed to the database, Omega 365 presents a full overview of all changes that will be applied. This step allows you to review and verify every modification, ensuring accuracy and preventing unintended updates. In the data verification screen, each row represents a field-level change for an object. If an object currently does not exist in the object register, the old value column will be empty. A toggle is available here. Create objects that are linked in properties but do not exist in the object register. Enabling this option allows the system to automatically create referenced objects that are mentioned in properties, even if they are not explicitly included in the import. This is useful when relationships reference objects that do not yet exist. After reviewing the list, confirm that all new and updated values are correct. Ensure that no unintended fields or objects are being modified. Click Commit to apply the changes to the database. Once committed, the objects are created or updated accordingly, and an import log will be generated to summarize the result. After committing the import, a progress bar is displayed to show the real-time status of the operation. This helps you track how far the system has progressed and ensures visibility during longer or larger imports. When the import is completed, the system presents an import log, which provides a concise summary of the actions performed. This log allows you to quickly verify what was created, updated, or validated during the import. That wraps up this tutorial on how Objects Import is configured. To learn more, visit academy.omega365.com.